Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today of the Rhino, we're looking at a beer. Today's beer is up here. It is a beer that was sent to me by the Gnarled Branch. Thank you very much, Gnarled Branch. This is from Flying Monkeys. This is the Theater of Madness. And it is a 6% alcohol pumpkin lager. Who would have thought there'd be a 6% alcohol pumpkin lager? Here's the thing with Flying Monkeys, at least lately. They are making more and more high ABV beers. It's not that the beers are extremely high, it's just they're high ABV beers. We are just pulling up the Untapped here to get our little bit of information, and maybe the spiel that's on this can will be on here because I can read this better than I can read the cans. Okay, I have 21 friends that have tapped this in, and they've given a 3.68 out of 5 overall. 3.9 thousand people have tapped it in and gave it a 3.59 out of 5 overall. Again, the specter of pumpkin beers lured us to the stage. This bizarre incarnation of the unexpected, but this time, oh madness, in a lager! Brewed featuring pureed pumpkin, co-starring the trio of cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg, and orchestrated with a creamy dollop of lactose. The depth of this haunting lager's performance captivated our brewhouse with its eerie drama. Let's see who Kyle K. Devin gave it a 3.5. Casey is the husband of a friend of mine. He gave it a 4. Ken gave it a 4.25. Patrick is a 3.7. Ooh, you paid for premium Untapped. Liam used to work for Highlander. He gave it a 3.25. Jason Kamal, 3.3, because he paid for premium. Jen H gave it a 3.75. We're about to be done our callouts. The punter tried this, but back in 2021, and never gave it a rating. I miss the punter. I miss the punter quite a bit. Okay, so that's far enough. Let's try it. So a lager with lactose, pumpkin, and pumpkin spices, and 6% of ABV. Okay, so again, the Gnarled Branch, Dave, sent this to me. Thank you very much, Dave. Makes some great art. If you have not checked him out, check him out on Etsy. There are some very expensive things like canvas paintings and such, but they're fucking amazing. And then you can get all the way down to buying prints of some of the paintings for a lot less money than the painting. You can get like painted vinyl records. You can get like ornamental monsters made from coffee. Really cool art, especially if you like the Halloween type of stuff. So thank you very much. He has not reviewed this yet. He has it, and he's been doing some reviews on his personal page for the month of October. He's doing one every week, every Thursday. And this is one of the ones that has survived, so it'll either be this Thursday or next Thursday. This one goes through. And, I mean, this is a lager, but it is a hazy lager, and it is a ruby red lager. The head is off-white. There is a snap, crackle, pop to it. It looks awesome. Sent from the can. Again, I say again as if we've talked about this beer before. Cinnamon, sure. Allspice, sure. Nutmeg, sure. Do I really get anything else out of the can? No. And I would say the cinnamon is the lowest scent of them all. The cinnamon could be the one that's playing psychosomatically to me, but the other two I do pick up. Out of the glass, doesn't smell like much out of the glass. Cheers. Huh. Interesting. So this is so interesting because it's a pumpkin lager. Like, it's something that I've never heard of. And the way pumpkin works in a beer is it really just adds a creaminess to the beer and it adds a heavier mouthfeel. Normally, it's all the spices that add the flavor. However, on top of having pumpkin in this beer, like pure pureed pumpkin, you also have lactose, which is going to add to the creaminess and mouthfeel of the beer. This is a full mouth-feeling lager. I would not expect a lager to have this much body. The allspice of the spices is the one that's the most apparent, followed by the nutmeg, and followed very far behind by the cinnamon. You get a little tickle of cinnamon at the back of the throat. It's an intriguing beer. It really is. It's a very intriguing beer because it's hard to fathom what they were thinking with this. And I mean, in all honesty, of all the craft brewers in Ontario, Flying Monkeys is the one that you expect to think of the most out of the box things. They're the ones that did Alpha Fornification. They were not the first brewery to do a triple chocolate stout, but they were the first brewery to do a triple chocolate stout that really tasted like chocolate. They were the first brewery in Ontario to do a full-on pumpkin pie imperial stout. Well, it wasn't a stout, was it? Paranormal. I don't think it was a stout. It was just a pumpkin beer, but it was the first like imperial pumpkin pie beer. They're the first ones to do. They're the first craft brewer that I can remember doing a black IPA. They're the first. Like they have so many firsts. They're the first ones I know of that came with orange mungus and white, like basically doing shandies and rattlers at beer festivals. They're the Super Collider, which was like a triple IPA. I believe they were the first triple IPA I can remember. They have made so many intriguing beers, and then to go, let's make a pumpkin lager. That's pretty intriguing as well, just right off the bat. I mean, the most intriguing pumpkin beer I've had in Ontario was probably the pumpkin habanero beer from Cayman Kettle. But this is probably a close second, and it's not that it's something exceptionally special. It's pumpkin spice and full-bodied pumpkin spice in a 6% lager. And I mean, it just makes it really easy drinking. There's not a lot of other flavors. You can get a little bit of taste of pumpkin to it, which is just, well, I mean, if you haven't had like pumpkin tempura or something like that or because you can say pumpkin pie, but pumpkin pie doesn't necessarily taste like pumpkin. It's all the spices in it. If you haven't had actual pumpkin, like ate a piece of pumpkin, you might be missing something on this. And hi.
Hi.
You need me up there soon?
Yeah, dinner's almost ready.
Okay, I'll be up in just a few minutes. Love you. So again, if you've never ate actual pumpkin, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. There's just this little bit of a sweet, and it's just kind of sweet and chewy, is what it comes down to. But in the beer, it's just this little tiny bit of sweetness that isn't coming from any spices. It isn't coming from a hoppiness. It isn't coming from the maltiness. It's just a a nondescript sweetness mixed in with everything too. So because it's lager based and it has a much lighter malt bill and everything else, it shines, and then the spices shine, and just everything really shines. It's a really good beer. Out of 10 on that? Excuse me, 8.5. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.